Hi, my name is Leif Erickson. You may not know this, but 1,000 years ago I discovered the land where you live. I guess I got my adventurous spirit from moving around so much when I was young. You see, my dad kept killing people. He had a wild temper, and first we got kicked out of Norway, then Iceland, and then we ended up in Greenland, which is ironically more icy than Iceland. I guess that's why they called him Eric the Red. So, I set out to find a land that I had heard about around the campfire from Bjarni Herdjolfsson, an Icelandic trader. I retraced his route in reverse. The first land me and my men saw was very rocky, so we called it Halulaland, which is Norwegian for stone slab land. This region is now known as Baffin Island. Then we traveled south to Newfoundland and set up base camp. Exploring the area, we found meadows lush with grapes and rivers teeming with salmon. In honor of the grapevines, I named this area Vinland. We stayed the winter and then went back to Greenland with much needed timber and grapes. I never traveled back to Vinland, but other Vikings did. After several violent encounters with the native people, ultimately they decided to leave. We Vikings used long ships for travel and exploration. The bottom of my ship was shaped out of a vast tree trunk. Because Greenland lacked forests, ships were scarce. When I wanted to explore, I could not find a ship. Finally, I bought a ship from Bjarni Herdjolfsson. On the ship, it was cold, wet, and uncomfortable. We navigated using the sun and stars and would follow birds to land. Have you ever tried to follow a bird while sailing on a long ship? Do you know how hard it was to turn those things around when there was a storm? And the bird was just like, hey, I'm gonna fly that way all of a sudden for no reason. We built our longship strong enough to travel across rough seas, allowing us to explore farther than any empire before us. On a visit to Norway, I became Christian. We spread Christianity all over Greenland. King Olav of Norway told me that the White Christ had conquered Odin and Thor and had thrown them into the underworld. I was christened. Then, King Olaf commanded me to bring the Christian faith to Greenland. When he heard that I had come back to christen him, Eric the Red, my father, grumbled in his beard. However, my mother converted and built a church in Bertali. I had started the spread of Christianity in Greenland. Although you may not know this, I discovered North America. I bet you thought it was Christopher Columbus or that other guy, Amerigo Vespucci, who got 2 continents named after him. Dumb. But I think it should be called Lakeland, not America. I used long ships for my exploration. If you think it was easy, you should try sailing one. It was cold, wet, and a little bit cold and a little bit wet. In the course of my life, I lit the spark that spread the light of Christianity throughout Greenland. Fearlessly, I adopted a new religion and spread it to my barbaric kinsmen. My adventurous spirit led my people to the discovery of new lands. My bravery led me to new adventures and conquest.